death heads and violators. Welcome to the Deth-N-Vengeance show. I'm your host, Jonny Deth. With me always, Majin Drew, and the very, very evil Eddie Gein. Deth-N-Vengeance show, coming at ya.
My name's Jonny Deth, and welcome to Deth-N-Vengeance. I'm here with the gruesome twosome,
Majin Drew.
And your boy Eddie Gein.
and the first time ever on the show, we have a special guest. This is Dixie. Say hello, Dixie.
Pika pika.
You heard that?
Let me out of the cage.
Which she's introducing the topic of the show, which is Detective Pikachu. We saw this. Was it last week?
Yeah, I think so.
And I actually liked it. I loved it. I thought I was gonna hate Ryan Reynolds as the whole voice of Pikachu, because I think they should have just did like Pika Pika Pika. At first I was like, hey, they should just have him do Pika Pika,
Or like
and
the
then subtitle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he'd be able to understand him, what he's saying, but it'd be like Pika Pika, and you see and instead on the bottom it'll say like, let's catch a cab, whatever, and so we'll know what he's saying, but other people are like, I don't get it, and he's like, whatever. But spoiler, should we do a spoiler alert on that? Or?
Yeah, let's spoiler.
Okay, spoiler. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Ryan Reynolds ends up being his dad. That is like some kind of coma that Mewtwo puts him in, or he takes his soul and puts it inside the Pikachu for the time, something like that. So that's why it's Ryan Reynolds, and at the end, the soul goes back into the body, and Ryan Reynolds is his father. So they say, that makes it. That's why.
What were your high points of the movie?
I think they did a great job on the special effect, like making the Pokemon look real, but not too cartoony, like they would exist in real life like that, you know what I mean? And they didn't do a Sonic the Hedgehog job on them.
My high point was the comedy. I really liked the comedy in it. That's probably my default thing for anything. If it has good comedy, it's gonna have good connection with the audience. So, yeah, I really liked the comedy. All the jokes never felt flat. What about you, watching Drew?
The comedy. Yeah, the comedy.
The comedy, right?
Like the whole Mr. Mime
Yeah.
interrogation was.
Oh no, he's going down hard. And it's like, oh God, don't tell him. Oh God, he locked the door. And it's like, I got the key, and it's like, or whatever. And it's like, and then he gets the gasoline. He pours going out the door, and he's like, and then at the end, he's all like, okay, fine, let's go. And he drops the match, and he's all like. And I was like, oh man, I pissed my fucking pants on that. I was like, because I forgot he's still on the fucking match while they're talking. Yeah. It's like, well, what about this? And he's like, yeah, let's go. And he like lets his hand down, and then Mr. Mime's still looking at the match, the invisible match, and he's all like,
and we went during a Tuesday, so that's like pretty much like like the discount day, so everybody goes to the movies. The theater was pretty packed, so like. Whenever that scene came up, everyone was busted out laughing. So, so the comedy was on point. You're talking about the CGI wasn't shitty like Sonic, rest in peace. The whole potential for future Pokemon installments kind of opened up. So what do we think about future installments?
Well,
I don't think another Detective Pikachu.
Well, I think the way they should go with I think they should do another Pokemon movie, but I think they should focus on battles. Like, there should be like a fucking tournament, and they should find like a character, maybe not exactly Ash Ketchum or whatever his name is.
An appearance from Team Rocket, since we saw the R.
Yeah. So I mean, I think they should do that where it's like, like Team Rocket is like the best. Like, they have the strongest Pokemon. They're the odds-on favorite to win, and then you got some kid that's like like the Karate Kid, some kid that's poor that, goes out and catches his own shitty, Pokemon, and the ones that, you have that's your Pokemon? Okay, I have me a fucking second level Charizard or a Charmander or Charmeleon, whatever, and it's like, you gotta dig, what's that little Diggy Dug or Diglett? It's like, what the hell, or something, like or a Pidgey, really, or a fucking, or like he has like a fucking Magikarp, it's like, the shittiest Pokemon, and all of a sudden, like, he's like, it's all I could catch, because I live by, whatever, and then like, he ends up like getting into the tournament by some, maybe like somebody helps him out, and anyway, and that whole like, underdog story, and then
and then like they find out like there's like a whole like corrupt underground organization in the tournament where like they end up being Team Rocket, and they're like they're like doing that whole that R substance or
Yeah,
whatever,
or something like
and
that.
they're like cheating to win or whatever.
So we're talking about like
and
major drug use
Yeah.
and steroid.
and it'll focus on like the battles, you know what I mean? Like it'll be like, you know, like the whole arena and like two people, and it's like, you know, and then they'll say, okay, so and so, like, and then they'll show, I guess, maybe the 3 or 4. I never really got into the games element of Pokemon, but they'll say that each of them has like 3 Pokemon or 4 Pokemon that they can choose from. They'll say, well, you know, so and so has, you know, these 4 Pokemon, and this person has these 4 Pokemon. Let's see which one they're gonna throw out. So they'll go out there and it's like Ghastly, and then like they'll say, oh, he started with a Ghastly, and then like the other person will go, you know,
Magmar.
yeah, Magmar, and so, oh, he picked the fire, you know, whatever Pokemon, and
We're gonna see some
pretty much,
explosions
like,
in
yeah,
it.
and then like there'll be parts, maybe like when that kid, you know, they get to be the main character of the story, like, you know, like he'll have like a Charmander or something like that, and then like, you know, his Charmander's getting beat up and something. Pretty much come on, Charmander, and then also you'll like,
you know what? Since we're talking about maybe a sequel, why not add the dude from Detective Pikachu, Justice Smith?
Yeah, even that.
Might as well, because he said that he wants to be a Pokemon trainer.
I know I've read a lot of reviews, and everybody pretty much feels the same way we did. Like they liked it, and you know, and when people asked them, was this the Pokemon movie you were expecting, since you're a fan of the game, the card game, and the video games and stuff like that? And they'll say pretty much what we're saying. A lot of people were under the same consensus where they're like, well, I liked it, but I wish they would have shown like more battles. I mean, you still see that part where he fights in the thing with the
cage match.
Yeah, the Charizard. I mean, so it was like, oh, but more of that. But
yeah, even when we saw it in the movie theater, everybody, whenever it got to that part, everybody was like, oh shit, it's going down. Like,
yeah, so I mean, I think they should start out with maybe some like underground, or like, you know, like little preliminary matches. You know, like them. You know, oh yeah, we're behind the school. You know, doing little Pokemon battles, or there's like little bitty like small low grade tournaments, and then in the back you see a big poster for a fucking, it'll say like Pokemon Coliseum, you know, the ultimate
Grandmaster.
Yeah, whatever. And then the first part of the movie, they're like, gee, I wish I could make it to that level, but you know, I don't know. And then they have like, oh, you know, Team Rocket, and they show like the, you know, them and saying they've been the champions for 8 years in a row or whatever, and you know, they're undefeated and stuff, and
so
and then everybody's like, oh my god, they have the best, you know, whatever. And then there's like other like, you know, stars that, you know, oh, this is, you know, Blaine, and he is award-winning, you know, whatever. And it's like, oh my god, Blaine, he's so cool. He's, you know,
Misty.
whatever. Yeah, all these like they can even do name drops like that, like Misty and Brock and shit like that.
Or well, how would you feel like if they actually did a tournament movie like this, and the person they got to run the tournament, Giovanni.
Yeah, and then
because they mentioned him in the first movie.
And then like maybe there's like they get that kid from the Detective Pikachu to
Justice Smith. Yeah.
And then maybe at the end he's like, hey, he goes, you know, you did a great job winning. Hey, your little cousin's here. You know, they came to see you in the tournament. And they go, hey, what's your name? He's like, my name's Ash. And then he goes, here you go. And he gives him like his hat. And he's like,
that would be bold,
right? That would be like fucking.
I would fucking.
Everybody would be like, oh, bro, my god.
Let's go pitch it. Fuck it, we just need to pitch it.
Everybody walk out with a belly sticking out because, oh my god, we just got Pokemon pregnant, because that's like the best fucking. That's how I see it happening. I mean, I think that would be fucking gold right there. So market, what's today? No, not today. I mean, honestly, I think that's how they should do it, and from there it'll build on, and then it can be like fast forward like 5 more years. That kid maybe was 5 years old in that second movie, and then it'll fast forward 5 more years, and Justice Smith, whatever his character, he's like, you know, like retired from the whole Pokemon game, or maybe he went and won a couple more tournaments, and then you know, his little cousin Ash, you know, whatever, is taking over, and you know, and it's like, you know, he's like, hey, you know, and he's kind of giving him hints like, hey, buddy, when I was doing this, you should focus on, almost like like the Karate Kid, you know what I mean, where he's kind of like, you know, giving them hints and saying, hey.
But it also did mention Giovanni and how U2 got created.
Yeah.
So, you know, if there was a second movie, we are going to see Team Rocket and Giovanni up here.
Oh, yeah.
And him and his fucking Persian just walking around.
Well, I mean, I hate to go back to it, but like Resident Evil movies, like the first one, there's like, man, we want to see this, want to see this, want to see this. And then in part 2, they're like, oh, okay, so they introduce more elements, you know what I mean? They introduce more stuff. So I think in this one, I think they're actually going to take into consideration what people want to see, and they're going to be like, oh, well, people's biggest complaint was we didn't see Team Rocket. We didn't see more of who we remember from the card games or from the cartoons and the animated movies they made. And then they're going to use that fan service, and then they're gonna be like, hey, well, throw in this, and or you might see like a school, it'll say Misty, I don't know what her last name is, but something like that.
No one does actually. Yeah. But in a way, we're saying that in the near future, expect to have a Pokemon universe.
Yes. And expect us to review it. So
and
anyways, this has been Eddie Gain,
Majin Drew,
Jonny Deth.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching our review. Let's go over to another one that we haven't. We shouldn't talk about, but fuck it, let's do it.
Sometimes that is better.